Happy 4th of July to my YouTube family. Hello, everyone. It is your girl, Boss Lady Lexi. Hello, and welcome, everyone. I hope everyone had a very safe and happy 4th of July. Today is 15 days after Juneteenth. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And happy Sunday to you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this segment that I'm going to talk about today, and that is coming clean. And what I'm coming clean about is my initial thoughts of being adopted and answering a lot of questions that people do have. I'm going to come clean about some of my dreams about being adopted, which is fine because everybody is allowed to dream. It's just that in your dreaming, you have to also think of some things in reality that they're probably not going to come true, but you still have to have hope. And that's one thing that I have a lot of hope. I have a lot of faith. And I just do know that some things will not happen. I do know that much for sure. Because it's just basic common sense. But again, it doesn't hurt to dream these things that I am dreaming, because I am dreaming. It's just a dream. Yes, it is just a dream. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this video. It's not going to be long. Because it's just not going to be long. And sometimes you just feel like you have to get things off of your chest because you don't want people nailing you to the cross, and you don't want people to think that you are crazy or you need mental help. Because in a lot of my segments, I see that a lot of people say you need therapy. Have you ever thought about going to therapy? Have you spoken to anyone about this? I'm 55 and I don't feel the need to have to go to therapy because I want to be adopted. I just don't think that is a I can't think of the word, but I don't want to hold up precious time in this video. But again, I do ask that you share, click like, and subscribe. Because some of these things, a lot of people may be thinking and they're just not bold enough to come out the closet, or come out the room, or come from under the bed and admit it. But I am one that is very transparent with my life, and I don't need to hide anything because I still dream. I still have hopes. I still have aspirations. I still have all of that. And even if I never get adopted, will I be okay with it? No, because I feel like everybody deserves to have motherly love, and there's so many people out here that I feel want to give motherly love to little children and not a grown adult, and that's just on period. But the facts of what I'm going to talk about and the coming clean about is, in my reality, after maybe about a year or so, when I was thinking about getting adopted, and I was just seeing like the family life of certain people. Of course, these were celebrities, and of course, I would sit here and just dream about or think about, or it would cross my mind, what if this person would adopt me, or what if that person would adopt me. And knowing that these things would probably never come to pass. I mean, never. I wouldn't. And I know they say you should never say never, but in this, I think that I could truly say, and I fought a many a days about talking about this, because of the backlash that I will probably get from talking about this. But if I'm gonna cry about it, I might as well cry once I get the backlash and prepare myself for what the cruel people are going to say in the comments. But the facts that I really thought in my mind, there were three celebrities that I chose in my mind, and I did speak to someone about it, and I even went into depth about even changing my name to this one particular family. And I'm just going to go ahead on out there and say it like, um, and it's not in any particular order, but I just think I'm going to leave the one that I want to leave last because I'm just going to leave that one last. But I was thinking in my mind, the way that the world is and how people are, it would be nice for a celebrity to adopt someone, um, who is older, and, so that you could get the different ways of life, of listening to the stories of someone who is poor, someone who never received love, never received that invitational aspect of life from family. So, I thought maybe I could be a Kardashian, that I could be adopted by them and they could, write a series off of my life, of how I was brought up, and they compared the two families from a well to do family to a family that was, which would be myself, um, poor and, not loved. Then I even went into detail about a talk show host, which I thought would have been really diverse, with a Caucasian person again, adopting a black woman, which would have been, me. And I had chose Ellen. But these were just things in my mind now, y'all. But I did speak these out to someone. So you all are hearing about this. I don't even think I even expressed these feelings with my kids. So it's only two people that know. The world's gonna know now, and the person that I spoke to about it. Um, and I used Ellen because, she's an older woman. She's a talk show host, and she would use me as an example of, loving someone or getting to know someone to love someone. Um, and again, I know that these things would never happen. Now, the third one, it really touches me and it makes me smile. Even though I know it will probably never happen again, but you never know what happens in this lifetime that we are living in, because times change, people change, the world changes, everything changes, everything around the sun changes. It just constantly involves change. And the last person that I really, really thought that would I that I would want to adopt me in the big time world, would have been Patrick Starr's family. They had all boys, so it would be interesting to see what it would be like if they had a sister. And with them having a sister, that sister would have been me, and I would have been, adopted by them. And I was going to change my name. Well, I'm going to change my name anyway. When I get adopted, I will be changing my name. um, but I was going to change my name, and since they all have the P's, I was going to change my name to a P as well, and I would have been Priscilla Starr, and I was just going to be just as happy, and you know, I could actually know that I would feel love from this particular family in particular, because just looking from the outside of the dynamics of their family is nothing but pure, pure, pure love. Now, with that being said, I don't want y'all to nail me to the cross and throw all kinds of stones at me and, say, oh, this chick is crazy, and oh, she really needs help, because now that we see that she's into this for other sorts of reasons and not the reasons that she say, and those reasons that I said are still prevalent, the reasons that you all are thinking are non-existent, because I feel like as though I can build my own self and build my own brand and and now that I'm getting myself somewhat back on the mends to where I was, with trying to build my own brand and build myself up and lift my own self up. It doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to get help from other people to help you get to where you've got to go in life, but to literally just belittle someone and call somebody out in many, many forms of derogatoriness, if that is a word. It's not fair. And with me being honest and open about this, I just feel like it clears a lot of free space in my brain. It feels a lot of I can't think of those words that I want to use, but it just makes me feel better that now this is out in the open and I don't have to harbor on it anymore. I can just now continue to find the adopted parents for me, and not have to keep rambling through the bush and rumbling through the mud and swimming in the pond, you know, drowning myself in this. I'm just glad that I was able to get the strength, the courage to come clean with it and know that there are people out there who generally would love, love, love to adopt me. It's just that they don't meet all of the qualifications um, in order for that to happen. So I've had many, many, many people reach out to me, asking questions, saying that their family would love to adopt me, um, but they don't fall into the categories of the legal laws within this country of the United States that we live in, to adopt me. Um, and, this is no fairy tale or anything like that. This is just something I really wish, like I said many times, that I've done this earlier in my life, versus me having to wait now at, you know, 55. Who sometimes I think who would want to adopt someone at that age, um, legally? You know, I just don't know. But sometimes I just feel in my heart that even if I don't get adopted, I would just hope that there is a family out there, who would look to me and be like, hey, we may not can't legally adopt you, but we're going to treat you as family, you know. that type of thing. Because it's just so interesting how the laws are. And I never spoke to you all about the laws or anything like that because we never got that far. I've spoken with a lawyer who is willing to help me, as I go on through this journey. So I do know a lot of things that you all don't know um, when it comes down to um, being adopted. And it's not like I can go and find someone in a third world country, and say, hey, um, they want to adopt me. And, then, they're trying to, get into the United States and, all of this rigmarole. So I don't want it to go down that path. That's just not the path that I'm taking. Um, and that's on period. Um, does it matter about my feelings? Yes, it does matter about my feelings. Does it matter about what I want? Yes, it does matter about what I want. And why does it matter about what I want? It matters because a lot of people have had parents, loving, caring parents. And when you have been in the situation that I've been in, who didn't love parents, didn't have loving parents. It's just something that I've always wanted, but I never pursued it because I just didn't think that anybody was out there wanted that wanted me. And if my own mother didn't want me, God forbid, who in this world could I say would actually want me? You know, you got to think of all of these little tattletales that go along with the things that you want, and again, if you haven't been placed in that situation, it's really hard for you to judge. And reading a lot of these comments, it like kind of blows me because a lot of you all think I'm crazy. um it could be a lot of you all think that I need to be put away into some kind of mental institution or mental asylum. But no, these are just things that I wish for. These are things that I want to happen in my life. And just because you had it doesn't give a right to say that I don't deserve to have it, and it just really gets to me sometimes. But I can't let someone on the outside who's looking in, who doesn't know all the telltale signs, dictate to me, what this and what that. And common sense tells me if my mother didn't want me when I was born, what would make anybody think that she would want me now? I read in the comments where someone said, well, what if your birth mother doesn't sign over her rights? Technically speaking, in my mind, she don't have no rights. Her rights she gave away on May 8th, 1966. Those were the rights she gave away when she left my behind at the hospital to fight for myself. So that's just neither here nor there. She has no rights. You gave your rights away when you left me in that hospital. You gave your rights away when you signed me over to the Department of Social Services. You gave your rights away when you said I didn't want to raise this child. You gave your rights away when you said I didn't want this child. So you can't want me now. It's no picnic in the park for her. And if she doesn't want to sign anything over, you know, I probably could go to the courts and file a divorce from her because in my eyesight, you could never be the mother to me because you've done nothing for me. And when I think now over how, and it really hurts how, like I said before, I see pictures and things of how, you know, she and my sibling or my cousins and things like that all have pictures to show, and I have nothing. And even to this day, even with my foster family, I have nothing. So, why should I not want something now? So I hope this answers a lot of some of you all's questions, and I know that it made me feel better to release this out into the universe. Please click share and invite. Talk to you all soon.